Hi, this is Rick Linamen, and we're in Los Gatos, California, and I'm sitting with Ryan Durfler today. And so Ryan, you're not originally from Silicon Valley. What brought you here to the Silicon Valley, and how did you get here?
2 years ago, I was working for the city of Philadelphia in business development, creating a sort of social enterprise in the arts and culture tourism space. Loving my job, but some guys at church had challenged me about a year prior, and they said, "Ryan, we think you're working too much, and it's prohibiting you from being all in for the Lord." And I disagreed with them. Took it very seriously, though. Fasted and prayed, and I talked to another pastor who said to me, "Ryan, the way I see it is, you probably can't work any less right now, given the project that you initiated. So why don't you pray that God would show you how to bring your faith into your work?" I like that. So I thought, all right, I can do that. So I started to pray, and what happened is about 8 months after I started praying that prayer, a recruiter got a hold of me via LinkedIn, and they asked me to look at a job that I should say too that I just turned down a couple of jobs. I mean, I was really digging what I was doing in Philly. I was set to be married in a few months. Wasn't looking for a job change at all. But when I read the job description, I remember I kind of got goosebumps, and I was like, "Are you serious, Lord? Is this what you want me to do?" And it was for this ministry called City Team that I'd never heard of. But I prayed about it. I talked to my fiance about it and decided that I should do it. Long story short, over the course of about a 3-month interview process, it became abundantly clear through all kinds of wild circumstances that we believe to be from the Lord that we should do it. And so while at first they were hiring me to work out of Philly, once I flew out here and interviewed, they called me up and said, "Hey, we want you to take a different job as the director of experience, and to do that, you'd have to move out here to Silicon Valley." So 2 days after our honeymoon, we packed up and shipped off out here to Silicon Valley, and we've been here ever since.
So then, Ryan, what would you say that your whole ambition is today?
My whole ambition is to share the truth and relevancy of Jesus Christ with my generation through really storytelling, through sort of pastoral roles, and really by presenting a challenge to people to not live a cultural Christianity, but to really be hands-on with their faith.
Essentially, you're interpreting God and truth to a generation that, what demographers tell us, have no absolute truth. So it's a big and interesting challenge. So give us an example of how you would interpret God to people that you interact with from your generation.
An example would be folks from high school and college that I haven't talked to sometimes in years, calling me up out of the blue or sending me a note on Facebook or something saying, "Hey, my life is really difficult. My marriage isn't working. I'm not happy in my job, and it seems like there's something about you that I see, And I'm like, all right, praise God. And I say, hey, I've struggled with some of the same challenges in different ways, but I have a field manual, called the Bible, and that's where I go, for my information. That's where I go for the guidebook for my life. And as long as you know that and where I'm coming from, then I'm glad to walk with you through this. And then they accept that, right? And then wild things start happening from there. And so I've gotten myself to the place where I don't know how you can live in my generation as a husband and father and with all of the pressures, to perform, especially in Silicon Valley. I don't know how you can do that without God in your life. Like, to me, it would be impossible. And so it's very natural and practical for me to share with other people, why that is the way that I live my life.
And so one of the things that we stress in Primemovers is to create a team around yourself that helps you implement. So talk to us a little bit about your team.
I've got a team, but I haven't really given them the permission or the information that they would need to really challenge me and hold me accountable. So I'm realizing that I need to find, a few more people that are kind of running the same direction that I'm running, that would know about creating a platform and disseminating some of this information and doing sort of trial groups and things like that. So I've got a team. There's some solid folks. They're spread around the country. They do hold me accountable in different ways, but I'm definitely seeing that as an area for me to grow. For me to grow the most. I see a generation who naturally wants to make purchases that benefit a cause, like Tom's Shoes or cause marketing, or wanting to get a job not just to work out of duty, which is my parents and grandparents. You provided for your family. Now they want to do something that they believe in. And I think there's a sense of urgency. I don't know if it's the wars around the world or 9/11 or what, but I think people have a sense of numbered days, and they really want to have a work-life balance, and there's things that they're looking for that I think are really a great on-ramp to talk about faith. I think people are searching for that. I had a conversation with a brother recently and said, I don't know that right now we could package things so overtly in this environment. And I think it's the best possible time. I mean, even if you turn on the TV, you see all of these people grasping at like spiritual ideas. There's TV shows where the Long Island Medium is this popular TV show, and even Christian content coming out of Hollywood now is starting to really take off. So I think people are kind of sitting back and waiting for something that really touches them, that seems really relevant to them, and it pains me that they don't just give the Bible a chance and pick it up and read it for themselves, which is pretty much my step one for people is, hey, give the word a shot. Let's see what God will do if you open that book up, and I've seen it, do amazing things.
It's interesting, Ryan. Historically, Primemovers was initially formatted for guys that were a little bit more seasoned in their business lives and leadership worlds. And what's happened here, and what you represent, is a really interesting, exciting trend in the millennial leadership. Is that you guys, you want to get it right from day one. You want to pursue very significant things, things that have eternal significance and that change the world now today. And so you've got 30, 40, 50 years now to live on purpose, as compared to a lot of the guys my age that were doing other things in the first season of our lives. So this is a really exciting opportunity for us here at Primemovers to see an emerging new kind of leader that Ryan represents as we look to God to change our generation, to tip the scales towards God's agenda.